guys got something to talk about today.
We don't need Venus. It's just sad looking at that empty chair, though.
Yeah, he's changed.
Yeah,
He's changed.
moved on.
Yeah, he's quit.
Bigger and better things.
He'll come crawling back, though.
Welcome into the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. I'm your host, Chef Charles Carroll. What a great day. What a great show we have for you today. This is a Recipe Unplugged show, and we are down the Venus flytrap. You guys are on. We're just talking about how sad that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he's changed.
Yeah.
He's changed. He's Hollywood now. So I don't know if we'll see him. No.
He's got new friends.
Yeah, he guys got a new car and everything's big time. But anyway, now he Christian is I don't know what he's doing today. He had an appointment or something, and he wasn't able to be with us today. And so we'll have to save the news of his future to another show. While he's here, he can tell us about it. But he still will be on the show with us, so that's pretty cool. And we got the Bob in the house.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty
Did you have a good week?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you got over all the safety videos and you didn't...
No, it's ongoing.
Still ongoing.
Daily training. It's mandatory every day. No
Every day?
Every day. And then once a month, it's an hour-long safety meeting.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So every day what? Every day 5 minutes? Every day what?
Every day, 30 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Gosh.
Just don't drop the knives in the sink when you're done with them. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
'cause
no.
Somebody might be fishing for something and they cut their hand open.
No, we can't even put it on a cutting board. We have to have it in a shotgun at all times, unless and we have to have cutting gloves on both hands.
They make you wear those chainmail things?
Yes.
Really?
And then
jeez.
like single-use gloves over that. So
Over
it's
the
like,
chain deal?
Yes, and it's hard to like move your hands. Like it's hard to pick stuff up to cut with.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
Do they have one of those like calendars that say like days since someone's
Yeah,
gotten
yeah.
hurt?
It's like a big like electronic thing when you pull in. It's like
How are you supposed to
How
peel a
many days?
daikon radish with that?
Oh,
That's,
jeez. Well, we'll have to get more into that. That sounds kind of weird. Monica, you doing all right? Yeah? What's going on today? Anything?
I have to get my brakes changed.
Your brakes changed?
Yeah.
Why?
My brake pads in the back of my.
Your
two-way
car's
up.
not that old, is it?
Yeah, like 6 years.
Is it?
is
Yeah.
it squeaking? That's when you're
Yeah.
supposed to change. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's normally like squeaky brakes.
no.
So when are you doing that?
My brother's doing it actually.
Oh.
Today.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I meaning we meaning him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Aaron, how you doing, bro?
Great.
Yeah? Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it's last week before the Thanksgiving break, and so
yeah.
have a whole week off.
Oh yeah. Same.
Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is office closed?
Pretty much.
Really?
I mean, it's gonna be dead.
Okay.
So.
Good for you.
So you're off for a week.
Pretty much.
my
Just
God.
work Monday.
Jay, you off for a week?
Dang.
Yeah,
You
Are
are?
we?
all week.
Good. Maybe you can get some work done, bro.
I'm going home.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you bringing the family?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It's a really big deal. All right, so anyway, we're back into the Recipe Podcast. I want to thank our sponsors real quick. We have the Escoffier School of Culinary Arts. They've been amazing support for us, and their online education is second to none. So if you want to be in the hospitality field or culinary, go online, look for the Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, and you can do it while you're working. Or if you want to do it full time, you can do it both. And they have 2 schools, one in Colorado and one in Austin, Texas. So, and then we have Aceway Incorporated. They're super cool. Ricardo, they'll clean anything, anywhere, whether you're in an office building or kitchens like we have. They will clean them with great ability, and customer service is fantastic. So we want to thank our 2 sponsors. They're super great. So let's get started. We had a fun day last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just for the audience's sake, I bought tickets to the Joe Rogan show. I don't know, Bob. That was a long time ago, right? 6 months ago or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought a bunch of tickets, thinking that I would bring the entire podcast team to. You remember that, right, Jay?
Do you remember any of it?
No.
When did you stop? Like, when does your memory stop?
After the second bottle of wine.
That was before the show started.
Should have saved on his ticket.
And then we did a whole podcast after that.
Yeah, we did.
I don't see any reason for us to get into it now. I mean, everything we needed to say, we said during that podcast.
We
We just
did.
need to release it.
Don't remember.
Release it for the world to judge.
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah. So we went to a nice dinner. Took the team out to dinner, and the chef is coming in for our Gourmet Club Live. So y'all get a chance to meet Cyrus. So how do you pronounce the restaurant?
Izakaya?
Izakaya.
Izakaya.
Yeah.
Kaya.
Yeah.
I think it means something in Japanese because there's a bunch of
I think I have the
restaurants
wrong
called
headphones
Izakaya.
Oh.
Yeah, this goes to number 6.
All right. So you got 5.
It's on though.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So he'll be coming in later for that show, and yeah. So we all went to dinner, had a great meal. We talked about it on the other show, so that was fun. And then we had a little bit of wine.
A little bit.
Yeah, and Jay had a little bit of wine. And then we went to but the Joe Rogan show was fantastic.
Yeah. I was-
Crickets.
Yeah.
No, it was great. I mean, it started off with Tony Hinchcliffe. He had a
was
fun set,
funny.
and
Yeah.
he
Super crude, but funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was really crude because he's got the abortion jokes, the Helen Keller jokes, and then
Those
the
are
Helen
funny.
Keller abortion jokes, right? So it's like he just kept getting worse and worse, and then he made a
Yeah.
crack at the Astros, something about banging on a trash can 2 times,
You
and
mentioned Whataburger.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
he threw that out there.
yeah.
I guess I did miss a lot of the show. I swore.
Oh yeah, you got in right as he was about to leave.
Yeah.
No way, because I saw at least 15 minutes of them.
Yeah, I don't think it was 15
No,
minutes.
chef. You were pretty late.
Yeah.
Because we were in line and I kept hearing music, so I guess they haven't started yet. So we were, we were in line for like 40 minutes, forever.
Yeah.
God damn,
Yeah.
it sucks. But the part that I did see was hilarious. I mean, the guy,
Yeah.
I saw him riding the bike and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I guess I didn't. I was thinking, was he crude? I didn't think it was that crude. I thought he was funny, but I guess I missed a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
He started off because the whole joke was he started off saying, "In a couple days I'll be on the Jimmy Fallon show, the Tonight Show, whatever." So I had to come up with a little set that was family friendly, something that can be on the air. And so he started. So he sets that up, and then he goes right into, what if Helen Keller was aborted? Like that kind of. So
Like he said that was a perfect abortion.
yeah, he said something like that. But the whole joke was that this is what he's going to say for Jimmy Fallon, which obviously, I mean, he wouldn't say that on. I don't know. Was he ever on Fallon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't
Or was
look it
that
up.
was that a joke too? But then later on he gets into free speech and hey, I'm going to say things that you can't say, and then he talks about the transgender athletes.
Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
the
there
bicycle.
right at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah, the bicycle. Right.
I'm like, chef, that's his conversation right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, when we were in the car.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well. Well, yeah. Who else does that? The other comedian does transgender jokes about who's driving the car, right?
Oh, that was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Chappelle, yeah.
Yeah. So
He-
on his
he-
Netflix special,
Oh.
He does it well.
he made some jokes about him being trans Chinese or something.
Yeah.
Transracial. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty
That's
good.
So funny.
Well, that was a good day, and I thought that comedian was great. Well, yeah, he's a big deal. Obviously, he's with Joe Rogan, right?
Right.
Have you heard about him before?
Well, Joe Rogan talks about him all the time
Yeah.
on his podcast, and he's had him on the podcast a few times, and so he'll say like, "Yeah, my friend Tony Hinchcliffe," and so it was pretty cool to see somebody that he actually talks about on his show. That's
Yeah, well, I've actually heard his name a couple more times since, I guess. So, and I guess now you're paying attention to it. But yeah, he was funny as hell. So I'm sure we'll see more of him. Yeah. Then we also went to the Post Oak bar.
Oh.
yeah, to cap off the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came back here, did a podcast, which will
Opened up
never see the
another
light of
bottle
day.
wine.
Yeah. That podcast will be like in the files in
That'll
the
be
vault.
in the archive. Yeah.
Yeah, one day we'll release it, just
Yeah.
like that Wu-Tang Clan album. Right, we'll hang on to that. But yeah, the Post Oak Bar. I mean, that's a pretty swanky place. What did you say? It was the most baller shit we've ever done, or you said something like that. You said something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he remembers.
He was like, we don't belong here.
Oh, I remember that.
We're sipping Chopin gimlets.
Someone was talking about escorts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you were
There was
talking
a
about
lot
it.
of
Was it
them.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you, I think. Yeah. Well,
You were like, she's an escort.
Yeah, it's like, can you keep your voice down a little bit?
Well, that hotel's they've already had a talking to, I think, about that, about the escort business.
Oh, is that right?
Operates there, but
See, I was right.
yeah, I mean, it used to be the Grand Duca, because, you know, there's a Grand Duca, and then across the street's the tasting room. That was like the perfect little escort service, you know, set up right there. And then there was also the St. Regis Hotel. So I think all that's kind of moved to the Post Oak now. I mean, once you have that much money in a place.
Huh.
You know,
Where did you read
it's
about
funky.
this?
No, I hope I'm not just making this up, but I thought somebody, it was in the news.
I mean,
or
I
something.
wouldn't be surprised.
The Post Oak Hotel and escort services and you know, I mean, the TABC's really, because the TABC is kind of like the vice cops, right, of Texas. So they try to crack down on that kind of stuff. But there's only so much you can do. I mean, if a single woman is sitting in the corner of the bar by herself, sipping a Cosmopolitan, can't throw her in jail for it.
Or a
Yeah.
skirt that barely covers her hoo-hoo.
Right. And then some rich guy comes in and is like, oh, let me sit next to her.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there's a transaction. But
And he can't believe that she's so attracted to him and so friendly.
right.
And they just hit it off.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they become friends.
What can you do?
Yeah, I mean, life happens. Then he gets out of the hotel room and says, "What? I didn't know you were going to charge." But you know, and that's where the trouble starts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's when
Right. That's when. And they find her 3 days later. That's what happens.
I have pictures at
On
the
45.
at the Post Oak.
Oh, we took some pictures there?
Yeah.
45, the
Yeah.
Field.
Pictures too.
You got pictures, Jay?
On your phone?
we should take a look at your pictures.
Oh, wow, by the pool. Yeah, we're standing out there by the
Oh,
pool.
I remember the pool. It was
The little
nice.
Yeah.
selfies.
I took a boomerang.
What about our gimlets?
Jay's taking a picture
we
of
were-
me trying to take a picture, saying he's kind
We're
of
all
scared.
Yeah.
friends.
So yeah, there's a good one.
I want to
Jay's-
see Jay's pictures.
Yeah.
They're all like blurry.
Now, that was a great team building exercise.
was
I
you.
gotta
Yeah,
say.
it was. Yeah.
It really was. I mean, we could have gone to a campground or something and done some like mountain climbing
we
or
should have
something.
Yeah.
videotaped it all and
Garbage,
made it a
but-
vlog.
Goat yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have done
Yes.
all sorts of things. But this is just a way to build a team.
Yeah, I mean it was
Go-karting.
it was good.
Go what?
Go karting.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's dangerous.
Skydiving.
No skydiving. We went skydiving. Can you show your video?
I have it.
Can you show it on the for our?
Probably if I insert it in.
All right, we'll have to do that next show. She jumped out of a good airplane.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Aaron?
No, I had no idea.
Monica jumped out of a
I
good.
invited you and Christian.
Did you?
Yes.
Where did you do this?
Alvin? Rosharon.
Oh, I thought you meant like one day in the future. You know, like you talk about going to Paris and skydiving. I thought that was like something that's down the road.
It was two separate things. I talked about going to Paris. I talked about skydiving.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how your brain works. It just puts everything all together.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then the Monica box.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So she
At
jumped
least
out
I
of a
have
plane.
a box, yeah.
Yeah, you've earned a box now.
You're in the Aaron brain of boxes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. So it was good, and you didn't crash.
No.
No, it was good.
I
And-
fell though. We were landing.
on landing,
Yeah.
but you're okay.
I got really wet.
Yeah, it was right after all that rain, right?
Yeah, and it was really cold, so
So that jumpsuit it's not waterproof.
no, it went straight there.
Oh well. I was wondering why the guy was standing up all the time when he landed. So
Yeah.
he knew it was wet. But yeah, so that was a good time. So we have to figure out what our next adventure is going to be. The next podcast adventure. Any ideas? Other than jumping on a plane. Jay, any ideas for you?
Not at the moment.
No.
No drinking.
What about a Broadway play, like at the Hobby Center? Something a little culture, you know?
It's an idea.
Yeah.
You like Broadway, Jay?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
No. Why not?
I don't know.
You know.
A nice little musical.
What do you
Yeah.
like, Chef?
I don't know. I would go to a Lion King. Never been. I've never been to a Broadway show in New York. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I saw Wicked.
Was it wicked good?
If you like plays
Yeah.
and musicals, yeah.
So you know what I started to tell you before that we started this show that we're going to do a quick video and I'm going to send it to Gary V and see if I can get him to agree to do a podcast. It's a long shot. It's like 1 in a million, but we'll try it anyway.
Well, we put him up at the Post Oak.
No, no, I'm going to go up there. That's the only way
Oh.
to do it. So that's what I was thinking. We're talking about New York. Fly to New York, do a quick podcast in his company. He has 3 companies, media companies. One in Singapore, I think. one in California and one in New York. 1,000 employees.
Yeah, when I first started getting into the wine business, I used to watch his wine show every day.
Yeah.
And he had one interview with Helen Bueller, who comes from one of the oldest wine families there in California, in Central California. And he did an interview with her, and then the next week she came by the club. And
Oh, wow.
and I was like, "Hey, I saw you on Gary Vee's podcast." And she's like telling me how she had a great time, and they were at a restaurant. It was a little noisy. But after that, and she brought some of her wine to taste, and it was just one of those coincidences,
Yeah.
Like I saw her on the YouTubes, and then next thing you know, she's right there.
Have you tried any of his wine, Empathy?
No, I didn't know he made a wine.
Yeah,
actually.
Empathy. Yeah, he's got 3 different. He's got a red and a white and a rosé. I just ordered a case of it. Actually, it's been here for a week, but it's in FedEx warehouse somewhere because they tried to deliver 3 times and they say, "Fuck it, we're not going to go to your house anymore." So now I got to figure out where in Houston it is and go.
Hopefully somewhere cool.
Yeah, right. So I guess next time I do that, I'm gonna have it just deliver it at the club. So
Yeah.
anyway, what about what's in the news? Anything you want to talk about? Anybody want? I got a couple notes.
In the news?
Yeah.
All they're talking about is impeachment right now. Yeah.
What the fuck,
yeah.
Rain? What is that? I'd like to know how many millions and millions and millions of dollars we're spending on all the recent, not even just the impeachment, but everything that Trump is doing. I mean, Jesus Christ, we could pay off some of the national debt.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like with the Clinton impeachment, people could point to an exact, like, this is the law he broke, this is a statute he broke, this is where it's written. You can't lie under oath.
Yeah,
and he did that.
You can't get a blowjob in the Oval Office. I mean, that's
That's not illegal.
Well, it's kind of
but lying about it under oath was.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, good point.
It's kind of frowned upon, but
Yeah, right.
it's not really. I mean, you got a 22-year-old intern or whatever.
Yeah.
21.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and cigars involved and everything like that. But
Yeah.
but what a funny word that is, impeachment.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you're 22. I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was, so impeachment, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a peach, and yeah.
No, but impeachment. Because I guess when we were growing up, well, it was even before I was paying attention to news. Nixon was impeached, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in my head all this time I'm thinking impeachment means you get kicked out of office,
Right.
but that's not what that means. Impeachment,
Yeah. I
You
don't
don't
know.
have
I
to
mean,
follow through with it.
huh?
You don't have to
Right.
reside.
But do you know?
resign.
But you know what impeachment means? The word impeachment. You know what it means?
no, because I thought like in French the word peach and the word sin, it's the same word, and so I figured like it has something to do with sinning or doing something
Like
bad.
wrongdoing.
Yeah, and so I mean you
I
can be
think I
impeached.
wrote it down
just
somewhere. Where did
it's
it-
just sort of like it just goes on your record, like hey, you were impeached. It's like being censured or something, but you
Yeah.
can still stick around afterwards.
Yeah, a questioning, call into question charge of treason, impeachment. So I guess I always associated it with Nixon, and impeachment means you get as a president, you get kicked out of office. That's what I associated with in my head. But it's
I don't
not-
think he was impeached, right? Like he resigned before anything happened. Like they were going to impeach him. They were
Right.
talking about it, and then he just sort of did the right thing and resigned.
right.
And the great thing about resigning is that then your vice president becomes president, and he can pardon you, which is exactly what
Right.
happens.
Right,
so,
right.
So it's
So well, that's so that he's being charged. He's being investigation into the charge of treason. So that's what this whole thing's all about.
right.
So then, if he's found guilty, he's still president. But if he's found guilty, then they can try to.
Then it goes to the Senate,
Yeah,
and
then-
then the Senate has to vote, and I think you need 60 senators to vote. So you would need at least
What's
10
the
Republicans.
Point of all of it, though?
Well,
To-
it's
to
checks
kick-
and balances.
Yeah.
We have that Schoolhouse Rock we can show. Basically, the idea is that every governmental branch has a check on the other one.
You
So it's
guys
like
don't. You guys don't know that.
president gets elected.
How old is that?
School Rock?
School Rock.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've
it.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember it as much because it's
Google
been a
that
long
one.
time.
What's
but-
checks and
Yeah, I think they do like a checks and balances School of Rock. It's really educational, but the whole point is that the president gets elected, then you can either wait 4 years and vote him out of office, or your elected representatives can remove him from office. And it's outside the
It's like the bottom left one. Is that it? The blue one?
This one?
Is it that one?
checks and I think that's it. No, right up there, the big one.
Oh,
yeah.
you got-
Checks and balances lesson for kids. It's what people need.
Do you use this in your
Show
class?
us, yeah, in school.
Should.
All right, here we go. Kind of looks like Jay.
Gonna have a three-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one, son. Gonna have a three-ring circus someday. People will come from miles around. Lions, tigers,
Those people's noses look a little phallic, don't they? I don't remember this one.
Elephants and so much more. Guess I got the idea right here at school. Felt like a fool when they called my name. Talking about the government and how it's arranged. Divided in three like a circus. Ring one, executive. Two is legislative, that's Congress. Ring three, judiciary. See, it's kinda like my circus. Circus. Step right up and visit ring number
All right, well, I guess that's
one.
enough. There was,
They go on to explain how each branch has a check and a balance on the other branches.
I thought Congress
assuming,
didn't
no.
do anything though.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just hear that a lot. Congress doesn't do anything.
Well, the problem with Congress is like, so with the president, you have one president, right? With the Supreme Court, you have 9 justices. With Congress, you have like 500 people. So it is hard to get 500 people to agree on stuff, to get changes made, because everybody has their own
Everybody's blocking.
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Congress changes every 2 years. So you have new people coming in every 2 years. So it's really hard for them to say, okay, look, at least the president can say, I have 4 years, I can make a plan that's going to be a 4-year plan. But with Congress, it's a lot more democratic.
so in the impeachment theme, I was thinking how impeachment is kind of a funny word. I was thinking about if you guys have any other funny words. What are other funny words that sound funny but don't sound like anything like they are?
Something like impeachment.
Well,
I feel like we've been down this road before.
have we?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is calligraphy a funny word? Or is that just me?
Weird.
I think it's
Weren't we talking about calligraphy the other day? I feel like we...
No.
No?
No.
calligraphy. I mean, it sounds wavy.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
we were talking about that.
I mean, diamonds in a goat's ass isn't really that.
There we go.
No, but that's not the. I'm talking about words. I did write one down, Bob, because it reminded me of you,
Oh,
and it's wobbit.
wobbit.
Yeah, that's the word, wobbit.
What does that mean?
Exhausted. So I think we should practice to use that word this week in our vocabulary.
I'll use it in the
Wobbit.
office.
Wobbit.
We should have a word of the day, and then that
I'm-
way the kids can use
Right.
them. They listen to the
Right.
show, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm
Good
really
idea.
wobbity
Right.
today."
Right. I'm just wobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Maybe we'll do that. We'll add the word of the day for every show. Wobbit and malarkey.
Oh yeah, that's one I haven't heard in a while.
That's
Yeah.
Malarkey.
that's one of my mom's favorite words.
I like the word chifferobe.
Chifferobe.
Yeah. So we were reading To Kill a Mockingbird. I guess I was going to say the other day, but it's really in high school. We read
Chifferobe.
Chifferobe, yeah. So apparently, the whole book, if you haven't read To Kill a Mockingbird, it's all about this woman who lies about being raped, and then,
Yeah, who's the lawyer, the tall guy?
Atticus Finch, right?
Yeah.
And she's during her story, she's explaining she's saying that she was raped by this guy, but apparently he has a broken arm or something like that. His arm doesn't work, so it's like, well, he's handicapped essentially. And then she kept saying like, oh yeah, he was by the chifferobe. And so now anytime I see a piece of furniture, I call it a chifferobe. It's just a nice.
Chifferobe. What's the definition of chifferobe?
I think a chifferobe is like a big thing that it's like a drawers and stuff.
Like a dresser.
Dresser, I guess. And then you put a TV on it. Like back then they didn't have TVs, I guess. But
Yeah.
now
Now I'm really confused.
that's a chifferobe. Yeah, see?
Oh wow. There you go. Chifferobe.
That's what we need. We need like a nice chifferobe in the corner here.
Well, I wanted to put a chifferobe right over here and
Yeah.
have it be. We can put the liquor in there. That's what I was thinking.
Chifferobe cabinet.
a liquor chifferobe. So,
some glassware.
Wobbit, do you have any words? How about cattywampus?
Cattywampus. I don't think I've ever said that before.
You never have?
No.
Jay used that word all the time. That's where I got it.
Really?
Monica, yeah,
I feel like I
cattywampus.
get
What is
slapped.
that?
I said that.
Cattywampus would be like if I have this sitting like this, I'm like, Monica, you put the timer all cattywampus. Can you put it? It's all cattywampus.
Very good.
Fix it.
Very good. Yeah,
I
something.
feel like
It's
people
still
in England
cattywampus.
say stuff
yeah,
like that.
this studio is many times cattywampus. It's something in disarray.
What's a place of business, you know?
Like last Saturday, and last Saturday evening, it was
Cattywampus.
cattywampus.
Pretty cattywampus.
Yeah, it was really. It was very cattywampus, and a lot of us were wobbit that evening.
Yes.
So lollygag.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I say that a lot.
just lollygagging.
Yeah.
You do use it a lot.
Yeah, I say that a lot.
All right. What other words? I'm trying to lead you guys.
Rocket.
Frocket. Oh yeah.
that a front
that
pocket?
that was a good
Yeah.
See, she knows.
one. All right.
didn't
Frocket.
know.
That was a big thing.
I was teaching Chef what a plug was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you
He
know what
didn't know. He was like, "What are you talking
do you know what a plug
about?"
is?
A plug?
I put a plug in the sink to hold the water. That's the only plug I knew.
Or like a
That's why I
plug in a
have
wall.
2 phones.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, explain yourself.
2 phones? No, I have no idea. Is it about phone charging?
No.
No.
You know what a plug is?
No.
It's like a person who sells drugs. Like that's the person that you go to.
Like your dealer.
Yeah.
The drug dealer.
Oh, your connect,
Yeah.
as they
That's
say.
your
Yeah.
plug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro,
You got 2 phones.
Gotta go
One
to
for
my
the
plug
One
tonight.
for
Yeah.
the load.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
One's
so that
what?
way,
One for the plug and one for the load.
Oh, the load.
Yeah.
What's the load? The daily load.
Or hose.
Yeah.
What?
back in the day, they used to have pagers. They had like 3 or
Hose?
4 pagers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. All right.
One for the plug and one for the hose. That's what she was saying.
You know,
Jay, you got any words? Come on, Jay. Come on, give us some of those technology words. How about this one? I want to know the origin of this one. Tit for tat. I mean, come on. I mean,
that's like
Let's find out.
that's like an eye for an eye, right? That kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah, but
people are
why
like
did they
eye
use
for an eye
those
better.
words?
Oh,
Hmm.
Sure, there's a
We
very good reason.
can speculate.
Yeah.
It's a Middle English expression for blow.
Wow, even deeper. Tit for tat. All right. All right, and here's another word that now we're talking about the everything with the impeachment and the president. Quid pro quo.
Oh yeah.
Stupid word.
Quid pro quo. Yeah, that's well, a lot of the words from our legalese come from Latin, right? Because our law is based on English common law, and that comes from ancient Rome, Greece, and stuff.
But who was the dude making up words back then?
in Latin?
I think we should call that quid pro quo. Let it be.
Yeah, I mean those words mean something, right? Like this for that, or something like that. Quid
Yeah.
pro quo.
Yeah,
I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
that's exactly
You know,
right.
That's kind of the
Quid pro quo. So that's what that Trump did. Allegedly, quid pro quo.
they just need one witness to say that, you know.
Don't they have several now?
Yeah, but all the witnesses are like, well, you know, I heard somebody saying that he was gonna do, or they're like, yeah, I think the word he used was presumed. I kind of presumed that this is what he was saying, which is kind of
Like they need like a definite yes.
Yeah,
Like
they-
I
Yeah.
heard.
right.
Like I was there.
Right.
No, but they had people that were in the room when he was on the phone. I mean, I didn't even watch it, but I went.
Well, one of the witnesses was like, I was at dinner and the guy across the table from me was talking to President Trump.
Yeah.
And you know that kind of stuff.
And how ridiculous is that?
Yeah, and then people are like, wow, you know, that's evidence right there. But it's, you know, obviously this isn't a legal trial, right? There's no judge, there's no jury, so it's not. They don't have to have evidence really. They just have to kind of put on a show, and then get enough votes. But I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how this turns out, because it's one of those things like once you've committed, like now the Democrats in the House have committed to this, they have to go all the way.
Yeah.
But what they're worried about now is that if this does go to the Senate, now all of a sudden Joe Biden's son comes along, and that guy's got a funny story, right? I mean, this guy was kicked out of the military. He was a crackhead. As soon as Joe Biden's other son died, Hunter Biden started banging his wife, right? And then just the other day, they found out that Hunter Biden's got like some illegitimate kids around the country, right? So Joe Biden just discovered he's got some new grandkids, right? So Hunter Biden's a real joke, and then he ends up getting this huge position for a Ukrainian company, and someone's like, wait a second, this guy isn't exactly. I was gonna say he's not exactly a Donald Trump, but we need another word for like a billionaire. He's not exactly like an Elon Musk or something, you know. And he gets this job in Ukraine, and it's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
And so the Republicans are like, look, let's at least interview this guy. Let's at least call him in and just find out, because if President Trump did order an investigation into the Bidens, or he did get Ukraine to do that, if it turns out that Hunter Biden really is corrupt, then maybe he had a reason for it.
So that's why I wonder why I don't want to get into politics. We can cut this short because I don't think we should be talking about politics. But that's why I'm wondering why Trump hasn't played that card yet, that Trump card. Get it?
Well, no, I think he wants to wait. He wants to wait until it goes to the Senate.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
He wants to be impeached.
He wants it to go to. Yeah, he wants to be impeached.
So
he wants
can
to
call everybody in. He can call Barack Obama, Hillary. He can bring them all
Adam
to trial.
Schiff, everybody, and he can ask Barack Obama about. Barack Obama was investigating him, or was his Justice Department was looking into Trump during the election too. Yeah, Hillary Clinton's got a lot of skeletons in her closet, right? So there's a lot of things that can be a lot of people that can be embarrassed, and I think that's what Trump wants to do.
Yeah, I think
he wants to call these people up.
Because I'm thinking if he's right, and there was some shit going on in Russia with Biden's son, then America should know about it, right?
Right.
He should be called to the carpet. So anyway, that's all fucked up. So that's enough on our politic segment of the show. But speaking of the Elon Musk, did you see that they just unveiled the truck?
Yeah, my friend just bought one.
No way.
Yeah. Put it on his story.
It's out? It's out already? I didn't know it was out.
Yeah.
Show the. I have a clip up there, Monica.
The one where they throw in the rocks at the windows?
Yeah. So I want to get everybody's opinion on this.
This one?
Play that. Yeah, go ahead and play it. And this is that. Have you seen this, Haley?
Now I have the Cybertruck.
Put it bigger. Kind of reminds me of the.
Sure? Yeah. Oh my god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
It wasn't supposed to shatter. It was supposed to be bulletproof. That's an easy fix. How embarrassing is that? How can that happen? Right? How many millions of dollars?
Yeah, someone's getting fired.
But how does that happen? I don't even know how many millions of dollars go in there, and you tell me that thing goes on stage to do that fucking test, and
It doesn't work.
the window breaks. That's ridiculous. Jay. That looks like something you would drive. I think it's cool looking. I know. Like.
It looks a little weird.
You know that Tesla's never been a profitable company?
Is that right?
Yeah, never.
So we're able to make the skin out of.
So half the people hate it, of course, and the other half people think it's okay. But
It's always been
looks
really hard.
subsidized
I mean, it looks
by the
super
US.
futuristic.
yeah. Anyway, so there you go.
But it's like, what if you get in an accident and they can't get you out?
They can't break the window.
Just break
Or
the
like,
window.
you fall in the ocean and then you can't get out.
Well, they have to figure that kind of shit out. But
I'm just super paranoid about autonomous cars. I feel like they can be overridden, and I would never trust it.
They'll get hacked by somebody.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just not. I'm not ready for
People
that
can
world.
hack cars
For
now.
the and it.
Well, yeah, but like, can it drive itself?
Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah, they exist now,
Yeah.
and then they're out. I think there's some states that are using it. And I know they exist. I'm not ready for that world of all the drones delivering shit and taking pictures and
Someone at the club, when I was like coming in, there was these two guys, like he was on his phone and his Tesla was like moving around and there was nobody in the car. So they were just watching it and I was like, what the heck?
really.
Yeah.
Was it doing
you
a
can-
dance?
You can move your car.
Yeah, it
the
was like
parking
moving
spot
around.
comes
Like
up.
now
Yeah.
there's a new update to where like, let's say you get out of the grocery store and you just tell it to come pick you up and it'll come out and pick you up at the front of the store.
Yeah, I don't know about all
pretty
that. And then now they're working on like the next Uber of we talked about this a little bit of cars with no drivers, right? So you just come out and you know those little scooters that are in Austin and everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you just
Sorry.
grab one and use it and then leave it wherever. They're like, you know.
Oh, the birds.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those
Scooter boards.
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
just ride them around, and then you leave it somewhere, and someone else will pick it up and ride it around somewhere
Yeah.
else, and then you just
Everybody
Like the
that's
zip cars.
yeah, everybody hates those. People who live in that city hate those because it's like trash. It's like they're left everywhere, right?
Right.
And-
They're so fun.
yeah, but so they're going to do cars that way, and they drive themselves. I mean, I've seen some clips on that, and I'm not sure about all that.
I don't think I'd ever trust that.
Yeah, either I. And then it's just, I don't know, it's a mess. And we already have bad traffic now, right? Imagine a bunch of cars going 25, 30 because
Well, they can time them all to where everything is moving in the same direction at the same time. It'll relieve congestion.
it would be a lot more efficient than people, because when people drive,
They
you
already
know,
People are
doing that with
stupid.
Teslas in other parts of the world.
Yeah, because you need 5i, right? You need 5i for that technology. Am I right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's 5i.
it's five.
Is that 5? Am I saying it
5i
right?
or 5G?
5G?
Yeah, 5G.
5G.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Well,
Two letters
IG.
off. Yeah.
I mean, at least it was in the alphabet. They need 5G for that. In order to do that, you have to have all these antennas
Mm-hmm.
in order for all this technology to work.
Yeah.
And that's pretty expensive. But someone's going to do it, and they're gonna get. I mean, they're working on it now, right?
I read something on the guy who like owns Teslas. He was trying to do like underground roads and stuff for people who have Teslas, so they don't have to like be in traffic.
Well, the tunnels. This whole
Yeah.
thing. The boring company, I think, is what it's called. Where they bore holes under L.A. Because apparently that's the most efficient thing to do. Is you could have like, that's what Elon Musk was saying. You could have several different stories of underground tunnels. You know,
What happens when they all cave in?
Yeah.
apparently they won't. I mean, apparently. Well, I mean, I guess California does have earthquakes
There are a lot of
sometimes.
There was a
Earthquakes.
bridge in
So, I don't know.
Miami at the school that I went to, and it wasn't supposed to fall, and it fell.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, it's called engineering.
All right. So what else is in the news? I think our
Well, since you didn't want to talk about politics, can I tell you about this salad I made yesterday?
yes, please.
All right, so there's this book called The Food Lab. Just so you know, Christian's wife, she's into what's the word I'm looking for? She's into minimalism, so she's always getting rid of stuff. Like she likes to have
She should come to
like
his
Mary
office.
Kondo. Yeah, so she's always giving me like nice sweaters and stuff that Christian, and then Christian will see me wearing it the next week. Like, wait, that's my sweater. And so she gave me a bunch of cookbooks, and one of them is called The Food Lab, and there's some really good recipes in there. So one of them, so they do these potlucks at my school, where everybody has, and it's kind of a pain because then you got to make stuff and you got to bring it in, and if you don't, you're like you're the guy who didn't contribute to the potluck,
Right,
you know,
right.
and then
Eating everyone's food.
it's Friday and it's the last day of school and we got to get grades in and it's just more stuff you got to do.
Sure.
But there was a salad in the book that I wanted to make because I've made it several times before and it's always a hit. But it's kind of complicated. And it cost me like $80 to make this salad, right?
What?
Yeah. So you first of all have to roast the hazelnuts. I only found filberts, which apparently are the same thing. Filberts, right? So you toast the hazelnuts and you whisk them with, you chop them up and you whisk it with the balsamic vinegar, olive oil. I think I used some avocado oil, some tarragon, some minced shallots. So I think there's a little mustard in there and honey. So it's like kind of a sweet, balsamic honey vinaigrette.
What kind of oil? You put oil in there?
Yeah, olive oil and
Okay.
avocado oil, I think is
Okay,
what I
alright.
used. Because it said don't use only olive oil, blend it together. And then for the greens, I use endives and arugula. And then I think I chopped up what the hell is that there? Radicchio. That's what it is. Yeah, so I chopped that up, mix it together. And then on top, you put these little pomegranate things, little pomegranate seeds on top.
Seeds?
Yeah. And blue cheese. And they loved it. Everyone was.
That sounds really
It
good.
was a really. Oh, I didn't even tell you the best part. We had to brown some butter, and put slices of pears in it, so the pears kind of like brown in the butter.
that sounds
So it's
good.
almost like an apple pie type thing.
Yeah.
But then you toss the pears into the salad, and it was pretty good. So
Sounds really good.
everyone was talking about the salad.
They liked it.
Yeah, they loved it because I don't think anybody else brought a salad. They had turkey and stuffing and stuff like that, but I made that.
I'm so bummed I missed it. Now I had an emergency 911 call. I had to take it because.
Oh, it's not our guest.
No, but I had.
okay.
Anyway.
Well, I hope it was important because
It was.
It sounds like a really good salad.
It was potentially really important, but it's false alarm.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So everybody ate it up. So there's no protein in it.
no, I mean there's just the blue cheese, and then sort of the most important thing is the pears because you slice the pears, you cook them, you toss them in
So
sugar.
what
and
costs $80, bro?
Well,
I mean, would you make enough for 100
the,
people?
the gorgonzola
Yeah.
is kind of expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Pomegranate seeds are expensive.
How many portions did the salad make?
I don't know. I mean, it was like a huge bowl.
Okay,
so,
all right.
so I feel like, and there were like
Was it gone?
almost like 100 people. Yeah, it was done when I went down there afterwards because we have different lunch breaks, like A lunch, B lunch, C. So I'm in C lunch, and by the time I got there, the salad was half gone. And then at the end of the day, when I went down there, because some people, some of the women they're on diets or whatever, that's all they ate was a salad.
This is what I want to
So-
get into. Is there a lot of single teachers there, female teachers there?
I think so.
Was your name on the salad saying "done by Chef Aaron"? Did it say? On
No,
there?
but I think by this point,
Yeah.
people know me well enough that
Yeah.
they go in there and they start eating, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, look at this tuna casserole. Look at this, mac and cheese, whatever." And then they see my salad with
Right.
the Belgian endives, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Okay, we see the endives, we see the pomegranate seeds. That's obviously Aaron."
So
they know.
So a lot of the girls come up to you after and say, like, "Oh, Aaron,
few.
you're such a good
A few of them are like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
They
Did you get
know
anybody's number? Did this escalate into anything yet, or
didn't
no?
get anybody's number.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see. I mean, I really should. You know what? You're right. I really should strike while
I
the
don't think he
iron's
thought
hot.
about it.
I mean, the girls like get a guy that cooks. They're into that,
Right.
right? I mean, it's exciting. You got a
Yeah.
lot of experience. You got barbecue. You got all kinds of experience.
Yeah, it's a pretty complicated salad, though. I don't know if I'd want to make it like if that's part of the deal. If she's like, all right, look, you got to make me this salad twice a week. I'm like, all right, so I got to slice the pears,
Yeah,
toast the
yeah.
hazelnuts.
Yeah.
And
It's a
then
lot.
right,
Then after the first year, go to canned pears, and then the
Right.
relationship slowly dwindles.
right,
Yeah.
And then
And
I'm
it
like,
dies and y'all are divorced.
Yeah. That's sad.
and then next thing you know,
Yeah.
well, you know what,
Did
it's
you have to
over
go with a
when-
pear salad?
Right, I could have done any number of things, but and that balsamic vinegar too,
Yeah, and if you get the aged balsamic's really expensive, and then you start getting the cheap kind.
right,
Yeah.
and
And then
then
she notices.
Yeah.
and then the next thing you know, instead of pomegranates, I'm putting like craisins in there or something.
Yeah, and then she
it all
starts getting
falls
gas
apart.
because of all the cheap ingredients, and then that goes bad, right? I mean,
Right.
That's not healthy for the relationship.
Right.
Because the salad represents a relationship.
It really does. I mean, relationships are like a salad, You have a good formula, and then you start messing with it.
Sounds like it sounds like a book title. Yeah.
Yeah. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Be the next Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
that could be. Hey, didn't Tony Hinchcliffe talk about Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Just to bring it. Just to
Alabama.
bring
It was
for some-
bad.
Yeah.
Because I missed that too. I wonder where can I
That
see
one was
that?
really good.
I wonder if I can see the whole thing somewhere. Does his stand up?
No, I mean, I
does he
meant-
have an album? Does he have a special?
I feel like I could do it. I was thinking of being because I wanted to be
Reenact
a
it for us.
yeah. What's it called? Like a cover band? I wanted to be a cover band, but for different comedians. Because people always tell me I look like Aziz Ansari. So I thought, what if I just learn some of his? I just watch some of his specials and then just get up there and do it. I could probably do that Tony Hinchcliffe thing where he's talking about how people from Alabama need to be aborted, including
Well, I tell you what, you know,
Helen Keller and Forrest Gump.
can you? Now I want to see you do the bicycle thing.
Oh, that was kind of hard. Don't think I didn't go and try it at home. It's really hard to do because you're
Well,
like,
you have to keep your feet in one place and then just move.
Like your
Yeah.
toes are
You're
supposed to stay
moving
on the
back and
ground.
So
forth.
you're already practicing it.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So this is what we you knew that we had our comedian Eric Knowles, and we did a Monday night special here. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
I thought he was done.
No, you have to go back and see that episode on YouTube. And so listeners, go to our Recipe YouTube channel and Recipe Podcast YouTube channel. And our comedian Eric Knowles stood right where I'm at, and we had about 25 people, right? About
Yeah.
25 people. We had pizza and all kinds of wine and beer, and he did stand up. Yeah, and so we can arrange that for you if you like.
Yeah, I should come up with a few jokes.
Just
Yeah.
don't tell Christian because he'll freak out.
Really? Why?
He freaked out when we told him about Eric. He was just like anxious that it was
he
gonna
was
be
uncomfortable.
like awkward.
Yeah.
He didn't want it to be awkward or like he'll say like a joke and then nobody laughs.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be really.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But I feel like you could handle that well.
I think so. I
You
think
could
you
carry
keep going.
that.
Because even guys like Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe, even they had a couple jokes that
Nobody
kind of
really
fall
laughed
flat,
at, yeah.
and then they know how to recover from it. You know, they'll say something like. They'll make a joke about it, you know. They'll say,
yeah.
"Oh, that one fell flat." You know,
Yeah.
or, I'm gonna fire whoever wrote that joke,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they'll move on to something else. I mean, that's just.
So
what you
start
do.
working on your set. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll have a Monday night party here.
Yeah,
And that'll be your debut.
yeah. You know, that's not such a bad idea, and then I can send that out to different
Absolutely,
clubs around,
absolutely.
around
And
the
this looks
country.
somewhat legit. I mean, when Jay will work on the lights and everything, and
Sure,
Right.
We'll get some curtains.
yeah.
The only thing is, I think we need makeup because I was watching this the other day.
the Baba can do that.
Yeah.
You do makeup?
Sure.
Okay, hair and makeup.
You're gonna have to shave though, bro. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably have to shave like an hour before the show.
I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to shave that because then it'll still be kind of sore.
You can do makeup around a beard like that, Baba. You have to get some special equipment.
No, I'll shave.
Have you ever done a beard mask?
Like,
Yeah,
like a face
like
mask
yeah,
for your beard.
for sure.
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Never heard of
And
that.
what's it do?
Makes it nicer.
it's like when you do like a deep conditioner for your
like a hair mask
Yeah,
for your beard.
hmm
Just makes it look nicer and come out better.
shinier,
Yeah.
softer.
Healthy.
Might be worth trying.
All right, we got a lot of work to do before that Monday debut.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta get you ready, man.
all right, Monica, you work on the beard mask.
Yeah.
Haley's got makeup, and then Jay's gonna work on this.
Lights.
All right, so work on your set.
Okay.
What
All
are you
right.
gonna do, Chef?
Well, I'm gonna produce it.
He's gonna tell us what to do.
I end up paying for all the pizza and wine. That's what I end up
That's
doing.
true.
Oh, I thought you'd be like the opener. You'd come out there and
I do.
you'd be my Tony.
No, I don't. No, I'm not like that. I can't do that. Jay can though. Jay does stand up. Yeah, you can see
Give
that.
him
in
a
Jay.
bottle of
Just give him
wine
a few
and-
bottles first.
Yeah.
He'll start telling
Shut
himself
up,
to shut up.
Monica. Shut up, Monica.
I feel like he has something against me.
Yeah.
something deep within him that just
Literally.
needed
Yeah.
to come out.
He like barely says words to me, and then out of nowhere, that whole night, I'm the only one he's telling to shut up.
Like 25 times.
No, when I got home, it was it was not good.
Oh yeah, what happened?
You in
I
trouble?
told everybody off in the house.
Oh.
Well, I had a blowout first of all on the way home,
Oh my gosh.
and I had to call my girl to come get me,
How was that?
and that was not good.
I feel bad.
I thought you were gonna try and sneak in without being detected.
Well,
He'd probably fall or
I had a
something.
blowout, so
Ah,
I had
jeez.
to pull over. And
Yeah.
You don't know how to change a tire?
I don't think he could
Not
change a tire
that
at
much.
that
close
point.
enough home to where she could come get me.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he couldn't log onto the computer, Monica. How can
Oh,
how did you
yeah.
change that?
You
The
told me there
password was right there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can figure out the phone number.
Yeah, so she wasn't happy about me drinking and driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's frowned
Well,
upon.
I feel bad about that too. I asked you like 3 times though if I could drive you home. No. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, next time.
I drove
We're not
Monica
gonna
to her
let that
car.
happen.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure that out. I apologize. That I take that on me. We
I
shouldn't.
drove like what, 40 minutes away.
I should have.
I was like an hour.
Yeah, it was fine until I had a
There
blowout.
wasn't much traffic.
I'll take more responsibility next time.
didn't drink
I
that
do
much,
feel
though.
bad about that.
I think there were a couple accidents going north that night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. There was
Ran into
quite a
some.
few.
How do you
Yeah.
know all this shit?
Yeah, like
We go the same way.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh,
She's just a few exits north of me,
do
so
you need to ping Cyrus and see if he's on his
he
way?
said he was gonna be 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else was I going to say? Yeah, that was a fun night, but I feel bad. I should take more responsibility next time, but we'll have to figure that out on our next excursion.
I think we should post all the pictures that Jay took, though.
Yeah.
Or no, we can start out with the nice ones, and then as the night goes on, just start filtering in Jay's pictures.
Yeah.
We were in line for the wine, and there was, I mean, the wine was stupid expensive, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I
it
saw.
was it was ridiculous. And Jason, I want my own bottle. I said, okay. I said, okay, man. All right, I'll get you one. Yeah, it took 45 minutes to get it, so that was fun. So seriously, you're gonna do this? You're gonna study? You're gonna put your set together?
yeah.
Larry, let's put a date. Get a calendar.
I've been
out,
saying that
Bobby.
forever.
Believe in you.
What's the date we're gonna do?
I feel
here?
like that's my calling. You know.
You need like a month or how?
I could totally see it. I say
I'll do it this week. I'm off this week.
I say January.
January.
Oh dang.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's far.
What
Well-
about Christmas week?
I mean,
yeah.
December's kind of rough, isn't it? I mean, for everybody, we're gonna do a Monday party up here.
I'm gonna be off again, so
Mine.
Yeah. yeah.
So,
holidays are dead.
so rub it in, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the opposite of like
You
the.
had my job.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so December. See, I just don't know. What is that? Why is that one lit up?
Holiday party at the club.
Because I just
Yeah.
need like an 8-minute set. You know, it doesn't have to be that long, does it?
And then we do normally do a podcast after, but I don't know. Was that? You think that people enjoyed that, or just like this is boring? It's getting hot.
I don't know. It was
I
really
think
hot in here.
It
There's
was
too many
hot.
people.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody said good
Bring
things
some
though.
fans in.
They thought Eric was funny and they liked food.
Yeah.
I think as long as you have food, you're good.
Yeah, you have food, you have
Yeah.
booze,
Yeah.
and then you have
Happy
like,
people.
Good
It-
people.
my
Yeah.
comedy stylings. I mean, what more could you want?
Well, yeah. I tell you what. You know what you could do is you could warm up for Eric. You could,
Yeah, be his opener.
yeah.
No, he doesn't. His opener's that
I think you
dwarf.
Oh
No.
yeah.
What's his name?
Clayton Shorter.
Yeah.
I think that's his.
That's actually his last name.
Yeah, Shorter.
Yeah, so I don't want to step on his toes.
No, but he won't be. I mean, Shorter wouldn't be here. I mean, is he from Houston or something?
Yeah, he's here.
I think he's from.
Well, you could be the opener for the opener.
Or I think you should really be the opener for Aaron.
Yeah, that's probably the best way.
Really? Yeah. You like my
Eric
comedy,
doesn't
Bob?
have an opener.
Bob likes my comedy. All right, so let's see if we can do this. I just, it's kind of weird though when the building is, people are still working around 5 or 6 o'clock, and this is a pretty legit building.
Yeah.
There's lawyers and shit in here.
Right.
Yeah, and also we're bringing up cases of wine and pizza and all these,
Eating their ice cream.
and people,
Congrats.
people are
Oh yeah, we did get ice cream that night.
Yeah.
And you got Oreos and
How'd you guys
M&Ms.
even know that there was ice cream in the
I
building?
don't know.
How did you know that? You guys went right to it. I didn't even sat down yet, and all of a sudden there's ice cream on the table. How'd you know that?
I just came in and then they went to the kitchen and I'm like, I don't want to be alone, so I followed them.
I want a dessert.
I was here. You didn't want to be alone with me in the studio?
No, you and Jay went to the restroom, didn't y'all?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
they went to the restaurant
Yeah.
together.
All
So
right.
I
was
just
that-
alone.
Remember, Jay, we did that thing?
But before the show, y'all went to the restroom too, together.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, Jay and I go back. We go back a ways. So, all right. So let's December 9th. The thing is, we're going to be getting our ass kicked at our workplace.
Yeah, we'll find a day. And,
Let's
a day and time.
just
We'll
tentatively
have our people call your people.
Yeah.
Let-
do that.
let's
We'll make
tentatively-
it happen. We'll make it work.
let's
I'll turn my
tentatively
phone
say
off.
the 9th.
I always turn my phone off when I do these things.
Yeah, and we'll text Eric, see if we can get him in Small. What's his name? Shorter.
Small.
Oh God.
Don't call him
I'm
small.
sorry, it was something like that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that to be funny.
Drunk?
The only other thing I had here that I had one or two other clips. I don't know if we need to talk about it. Was the do we need to talk about the Browns? That's such old news now. The quarterback and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about that situation. but-
What?
No, I really,
Finally, something Aaron doesn't know about.
Yeah,
Right.
Pull up the Browns.
heard
Do-
people talk about it, but I didn't really.
Yeah.
Haley, did you see this?
I only saw like
Hit him
the
with a helmet or something?
videos
violent.
on
Yeah.
Go ahead and play that. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no. Yeah, so the quarterback, he rips his helmet off, and then boom, hits him
Oh.
over the head.
Oh my God.
Wait, so that's. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was a hard hit.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
tell you,
okay?
yeah, he's fine, but
Yeah.
had that helmet been turned just a little bit, he would have got the shell of it, not the rim of it. I mean, that's the only thing. Yeah, so he got suspended for the rest of the season, and then maybe more.
But why did he do that?
He was trying to say it was like he said something racial to him, and that was what last I heard.
Well, it started was the quarterback got. You can play it back. You can see he got tackled, and the guy was on top of him, and they were scuffling on the ground, and so the quarterback starts pushing him to get the fuck off me, and Garrett is claiming that the court here they are here. So they're scuffling, and he just gets pissed and rips his helmet off.
And then beats him with it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and these guys go after him, starts kicking him in the helmet, boom.
That guy's like punching his face As if he didn't have a helmet.
Yeah, that didn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
But he's saying now that the quarterback had a racial slur, and that's why he lost his shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why is a word like that so powerful? So ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
we've gone over that.
yeah, I don't like that. Anyway, so that's what happened. So he got kicked out. So one act that was literally 30. The game was over, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like a minute left in the game, and the Browns were winning. They were freaking winning the game. They were beating Pittsburgh, which is a huge win. A minute left in the game, and he decides to lose his shit, and now it's going to be part of his destiny now.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done for this year, and he may not get on another team. There was another. Who's that other guy that other idiot that stepped on the quarterback's head? Starts with I think, in Miami. Anyway, I think he ended up playing again.
It wasn't incognito.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Racial guy. So anyway,
The only thing I've heard from the NFL lately is the Kaepernick stuff.
That was a joke.
His workout and
The whole thing is just a freaking joke. Bob, what else you got? That it? All right, I think we're gonna wind this show up. I had another clip on there, but I don't think it's anything worth showing, do I? All right, well, listen, I appreciate everybody listening to the Recipe Unplugged. Listen, this is what I need you to do. Make sure you go to our other show, the Recipe Celebrity Secrets, and download that one, and make sure you listen to that show, Celebrity Secrets, the Recipe, and also this one's the Recipe Unplugged. So I appreciate you all listening to the show, and we want to thank our sponsors again, Texas Beef Council. Actually, no. Texas Beef Council is no longer with us. So Escoffier School.
Geez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good thing, because we hate beef. Pork is what's for dinner.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
What we never even ate beef back then. When they were the sponsors.
The next white meat, right? So,
Yeah.
Escoffier School of Culinary Arts and the Ace Way Incorporated. So I love you guys. Remember, you're specially great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time.
Well, that's what the next show should be all about, like colon cancer and how beef causes it. Yep. Oh, just to teach them a lesson.
Haley, you brought your computer?
What? I love
I remember
muffins.
that when you were talking about yourself.
Oh, you can park on the side?
Say no to a muffin.
Okay. Oh, there's like a door next to the building. Haley's actually gonna go down.